It's Sunday, 1:30. I'm quite tired because I ate wrongly yesterday. I didn't chew yesterday at all food which was not well cooked. So I see now the direct disadvantage of not following through with my goal for this year. Actually, I wanted to be able to chew properly at my 40th birthday, which was at the 18th of December in 2015. So now I'm around 2 years lagging behind that goal. So again, now I'm into this writing frenzy, or kind of pushing myself to write more and more. And I think it's totally possible that I can continue writing, but still, I really would wish I could follow up on my personal regime. So, what I think is that I will reduce my social time some more, like instead of 4 or 5 hours being with other people, I will be 2 hours with people, and then I will be more in the wood, perhaps also eating in the wood, so that I don't have a stress. And I will keep the charger with me, and I will take the rain coat with me, all the gear. So if I feel like dancing and want to record it, I do that without looking for the battery, how much battery is there. And if I have not enough battery, I go to town and charge it 1 hour. Shouldn't be a problem. But the main thing is, I want to cut back on the social thing. I want to give myself even more time on my own, because I finally find out that it's really beautiful to be alone, even if it's with the camera and with the recorder, even if I need that for the moment. Doesn't matter. It's always good for the winter, theoretically. And also, it's always good for the future, because in the future, when I will have, so if they allow me to have that, if society allows me to have that, I will possibly have a tool where I can more easier manipulate my own recordings, voice, film, writing, painting. So I'm looking to a time frame of 2018-2019, where I will get a device, a very powerful device, head-up displays, data glasses. I hope it will be ready then for mass market, perhaps 1,000 francs, something like this, or 2020, I don't know. But I guess that there, when I arrive there and also arrive to chew better, till then I might be able to do some collaging or composition of the old materials. Yeah, I look forward to that. But not only, because I'm also happy with the writing I'm doing right now. I don't feel like dancing. I feel like going to sleep. But still, I will try. I will try to do half an hour or 1 hour writing. Yes, I think it will come. This talking now as in preparation does help to get myself into a space of self-reflection, and to center myself away from the social things what happened before. So, not that they are all unpleasant. Some are pleasant, some are unpleasant. Social meetings, but still, my story is different. The story I want to tell about my own future or the Ascende future, which doesn't matter if it's mine or if it's not mine, is different than from what I experience in the daily social interactions, where there is mostly it's about daily politics and yeah, like real time, not fantasy world. So I prefer fantasy. So I think I will spend more time in fantasy world. I think that will heal me. Wapatiri panga wena taruesha gukukuru tama. Now I'm dancing a bit. Wabada bidi bum ali wadubadi dubadi balamba uti go on away, roll away, bawan away, yeah. Ola pala pala pola pala dolo lo 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 wala pala po do palo do do. It's now 3:20 and I wrote about an hour. That's quite okay. My stomach feels much better. I could relax some, I could dance some little, and I wrote about Ascender in 2019 was constructing Mima out of tubes, pouches, millimeters to centimeters, bioreactors, little chips, little solar panels, little batteries, propellers. So each of the 900 or thousands or whatever parts of the Mima, extensions of her, like drones who could roll on the floor using the propeller as a leg, or fly using the 500 tubes to fly, with each one having a propeller. I don't know, for example, if that is possible. A ball with 500 propellers, yeah, perhaps not. So, I don't know. Perhaps some propellers could do the steering, like the fin, could be the fins. So, yeah, technically, and also, yeah, so he did that, but part of his mind was already with Mary the life ship, his future home. He was tired of living, 2019, he was tired of living in an apartment which was immobile. He liked to, for example, live constantly in the wood, but not on the floor, but with a spaceship or with a life ship, for example, or traveling around from this wood to another wood, or from this beach to another beach. He liked that lifestyle. So, but that was not until 2021 when the community he lived in became part of the Abundance Network with the billionaire fund support, what allowed life ship builders to gain some financial backings, like 1 million, 5 million, 100 million. It doesn't matter how much. It can be 100,000 eventually. With some bioprinters and some good printers, one could make a vessel, a basic vessel, and some propellers and some the learning. Oh, I think I write that down. No, I'm in 2019 with Ascende now, where he dreams already of 2022. He doesn't know exactly when the date is. Only the author makes up these times. He just thinks already when he sees when he sees Mima doing her rebuilding balls into flying drones, snake style tube docking onto each other, rebuilding themselves into little tree saplings and stuff and stuff. So he's already further. But the author having, of course, a difficulty to switch so fast between technologies. Like first stage, mechanical docking one tube to another tube. Many places at the tube is possible to dock and connect one pouch with another pouch to the sides, or the pouches also being round, like pads, could also be, where they can open anywhere to connect, or there are possible openings. So the next stage will be 2020 or something. Yeah, perhaps, where he bought himself, Ascende bought himself a bioprinter where he could print cells or cultivate cells. No, print cells took from from petri dishes and bioreactors. He bought himself also and biohacked his own cells and plant cells and animal cells into a multi-species substrate, a live cell substrate, what would enable a next generation of MIMA extensions to rebuild themselves without docking, without having immobilizing walls and stuff. So the walls of pouches, the membranes of tubes could constantly be rebuilt. That would be the thing. I think I have to write about that in another text. That's very important. But he somehow lacks this technical imagination, how that could look like. How would a tube look like who constantly rearranges its membranes, like its walls? For example, in one moment the tube would want to stick to another tube at exact this position and to open the other tube to itself, so they could share fluids or airs and stuffs. So there would be as a onboard intelligence, artificial intelligence of the tube, which was now wetware actually, because that is the big thing, no? The big change. I don't know if the big change can come. Oh, I'm peeing. That's not so. Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. Peeing in the wood is quite okay. It's fertilizing the wood. It's much more ecologic to pee in the wood than to treat it in a sewage station. Anyway, so yeah, the author, I have a little difficulty to imagine how it would be to direct cells, live cells, inside a tube, or being the tube, being printed as a tube, live cells being printed as a tube, giving them commands, or MIMA giving them commands, because Ascende is mostly communicating to MIMA via head-worn brain scanner or brain wave receiver. So I'm having a little difficulty to imagine that, but then that comes for another moment. Right now I'm still describing the balls and the flying drones and swarm. So I think I've done not bad. I have laid out a new plan, like 2019 first build of Mima, 2020 first build with rigid tubes, rigid pouches, docking style like space stations, how they dock each other, each part of onto another part. And 2020 the next version with already bioprinted live cells, animal, human, plant cells, mixes eventually. That's a bit fast, but yeah. And then in 2021 or 2022, the build of Mary, the life ship, with, of course, already having all the knowledge of Mima, because Mima is being the expert designer, like because only because only because only because Mima shared all her open all her knowledge, or most of it, except for the ones Ascender didn't wanted her to have knowledge and data, like at these times when he did not have the Mima processor on him, or did not have the brain reader wearing. So Mima was sharing her codes, her knowledge she itself got from the internet most of the times, basic instructions and instructions how to print tubes and pouches and all the connections to each other, and how to use the little tiny electronics, how to steer them, how to command a live camera feed of a tiny 2mm drone. So Mima was open source nearly all of it. She open sourced itself nearly all the time. So this knowledge was the base argument, or the base intelligence what the billionaire support fund did trust money on. It was not Ascender, the dreamer, the visionary, and the writer and stuff, and the experimenter, of course, who they trusted the money. It was Mima who got the money, because it was open source. It did share all its insights to everyone. Of course, Ascender being too, but he being a weak human, yeah. A human, of course, trying to become a strong one, but still with his past as Andreas, and yeah, his past of being a person who does know the good thing, like chewing, and does not do it, like wolfing down food or gulping down food. So yeah, that is the past of Ascende, Andreas. Huh? So the billionaires fund was connected to the artificial intelligence directing the build of Mary in 2022. That's for sure. But anyway, there was blockchain finance already coming up, and most of the transactions was in blockchain thing. So even if they would entrust it to the fund would entrust it to Ascender, all his ex, ex, ex all what he gave out, all what he invested money into was transparent. So there was no cheating. With blockchain is no cheating. Every money spent is being locked, as everything is locked on a blockchain. So yeah, I'm quite happy about today. I think I stop now, and I'm I'm making a picture now of a little tree sapling which is right before the tree stump where I usually sit on to write.